Hello, I'm Jason Carter, and in this video we're going to read the first chapter of my book, No Ordinary Love. Now this story is a suspense thriller about a man named Jacob Goodwin, a maintenance worker at a gym who becomes infatuated with a new member. Now I didn't think that me sitting here reading a book into a camera would be all that thrilling for you to watch, so I thought we would try something a little bit different, and I hope you enjoy it. You're gone. And while a large piece of me believes this to be true, I can't help but listen to the smaller part of me that remains. That tiny piece deep inside my brain. The reptilian piece, maybe. That minuscule subconscious portion which whispers to me from the furthest reaches of my mind and tickles me deep within the marrow of my bones. Whatever it is, triune or not, the message it delivers. Go after her. Drive forever if you have to. Find her. Pursue her. Is urgent and incessant. And the need, yes, it has definitely become a need now, to chase after the one thing I truly desire. It's all I think about. I look left, right, scan over and pan across everything in between and behind me. My truck is in gear, the engine is running, the heavy idle reverberates into the palm of my hands through the steering wheel, and I am ready and willing to drive through the dark hours of the night just to find you. But I'm just sitting here, looking around. Why? Because I haven't the slightest idea where to begin my search. There is a maze of streets beyond this parking lot, and I shudder at the thought of the unfathomable number of lines and lanes you could have taken in any number of directions to any number of destinations. And while I know the streets of this city quite well, I also know the odds are stacked heavily against me, that I could search all night, every night, for days, even weeks, and never see your beautiful face again. It's 1,000,000 to 1, easy. But still that smaller piece of my being nags at me, pestering me, teasing me with flicks of its reptilian tongue, giving me ideas and offering me promises. And because of it, I can't help but to believe that if I try, I will find you. So here I sit in the stillness of my truck, more willing than ever to drive, to search, to wander these avenues and boulevards, and take that chance. For a woman like you, I'm willing to invest such time, such energy, such love. It's funny, but I'm all ready. A young woman appears, a beautiful blue-eyed teenager with blonde hair she keeps in place with a teal headband. Her skin is flawless, cheeks high and rounded with a natural blush from the cool night air. In bedroom slippers, a pale blue nightgown visible under a sheer robe, descends the stairs of a patio with grace and fluidity. Her heart and mind are full with wafting images of the one thing she desires most of all, meanders through the darkness as if compelled to do so by an unseen force. All the while she admits her love in a song to herself and anyone listening, hopelessly devoted to you. I know, it sounds impossible, but it's true. I am. And for the first time I understand how young Olivia Newton-John must have felt, because it's my devotion to you that reinforces this odd sense of hope I hold on to, that I use as I take another moment to rescan, a little slower this time, the parking lot, the exits, and the surrounding streets for any sign of you. But the grip of disappointment squeezes my chest a little harder with every road I continue to find empty. If only I knew what kind of car you drive or which direction you turned out of the parking lot. If only you gave me the tiniest hint of the direction, like fading taillights or the faint trail of exhaust from your car. But I see no taillights, no exhaust. You left me with nothing. It's as if you vanished into thin air, poof, gone. Roots from the seed of bitterness fate planted in my chest have lapped their thin arms around my heart. I feel it, the tightness in my chest, the sudden shortness of breath, the pain, the burning, the feeling of life slowly slipping away, all because I never got the chance to say goodbye. Yes, I know, I never got the chance to say hello either, so I can only hope that the opportunity to do both will present itself before those roots mature and finish me off for good. Thankfully, I caught your name in passing before Brian could lead you away. He leveled the name tag pinned to the breast pocket of the black button-down shirt meticulously tucked into his belted khaki pants. His hair combed, his teeth brushed, his face stitched with a permanent wide and bright white smile. Brian Hargrove, a true salesman through and through. He stood from the table you both had been sitting and talking at for the better part of an hour, and once on his feet, offered a gentlemanly hand to you, the breathtaking woman who had only stopped in to get a little more information. Now, if you'll follow me, Rachel, we'll start the tour with the main floor of our facility. Rachel. It's not a lot, but it's something. A start. Rachel. A beautiful name for such a beautiful woman. And while I'm sure it's well-intentioned and fostered from some form of disjointed love or admiration, I'll bet your friends call you something far less beautiful, like Rach. Rach. I hate to tell you this, Rachel, but if I'm right and your friends are willingly slaughtering your name like that, then your friends are nothing more than disgusting slobs. Tasteless. Tacky. It's just plain laziness on their part, taking a beautiful name like Rachel and butchering it to something far less than its intended perfection. Here and now I make you the promise that I will never call you Rach. You will always and forever be Rachel to me. The war inside my head, it's a chase through this late hour of the night, and my grip on the wheel is so tense it's as if my hands have been glued at 10 and 2. My eyes are unblinking, locked on the faint glow of your taillights on the distant horizon. I let the weight of my foot drive the gas pedal to the floor, and the engine growls at such high speeds. I weave left and back right through gaps in traffic like a needle piercing a path through fabric, and now I'm closer to those taillights. Taillights once yards away, but now only a few feet in front of me. It's still raging on, and that lizard is still looking at my brain, painting this teasing and intense picture with his poisonous saliva. And as I scrutinize my surroundings, go after her. Drive forever if you have to. Find her. Pursue her. My grip on the steering wheel tightens. I want to force myself to do something other than just sit here, but with no true sense of where to begin, I find the larger piece of me. The engine slows to a gentle hum as I take my foot off the gas. The gap between us grows wider and wider until your glowing taillights, once vivid red, fade to black as you slowly meld into the distant darkness, has finally won the battle. So I put my truck into park, having never left this lot, having never given myself any real chance at all of finding you. The regret is instant, all-consuming. My grip on the steering wheel is still tense, and I feel the idle of the engine, as well as my hope of finding you, fade away as I turn off the engine. I remove the key from the ignition and ease back into the seat, closing my eyes as I now find myself winded, almost physically drained from the mental conflict. The windows are down. I hardly ever roll them up, even in the winter, and an evening breeze slips through the cab, cooling my overheating skin. I take a deep breath and focus on the chilly night air filling my lungs. It's refreshing, soothing even, and my fast-beating heart, which has been playing my chest like a kick drum, finally slows. Never in my life has a woman made me feel the way you made me feel tonight, Rachel. It's maddening.
Well, that's how it begins. I hope this was enough to pique your interest, and I really hope you'll give this book a try. It's available on Kindle through the Kindle Unlimited program, so all you have to do is log in and hit download. If you're not a member of the program, don't worry. I've priced this as well as all my other books at a reader-friendly 99 cents. Now, if you're a traditionalist like I am and you like to have an actual book in your hands, I put a link in the description below to lulu.com. There you'll be able to purchase hardback or paperback versions of all my books. Well, that's going to do it for this video. I really appreciate you watching, and I thank you very much for your time.